Right. Well, first of all, just tell us what this week has been like for the club. Obviously, I had the news about the stadium the other day and the council buyout. Obviously, from hearing what Paul said a couple of weeks ago, this is really positive news for the whole club.
Yeah, it's positive. But that's the side of the football that don't obviously I don't say don't concern us in general, but I don't think we focus too much on what's happened. Obviously, it's good for the club, good for the city. Um, in all, it's just positive, good news.
Is it stuff that people have been talking about around the place? Like, can you sense the mood's changed and the atmosphere around the club?
Uh I don't think so. I think it's just like I said, footy wise, I think that's what we come in to do our job. I think maybe in our offices, they've spoken about it, so that's something that sort of goes over our head. Yeah, we know it's there. We know it's positive and it's good news for us, but we don't. I don't think overly speak too much about it.
What's the week been like in terms of training then? Obviously, it's a tough one at Hull KR last time out.
Yeah, it's good. Obviously, disappointing last week, but this week it's been all positive. Put all our energy into this game, as we do all our games. Sorry. No, it's been good. Boys have been preparing well. They've trained well this week. It's good to see some sun again, and we expect the same tomorrow.
How big is this game tomorrow, do you think, in the general shake-up? Only 2 points between the teams at the moment.
Yeah, massive. I think this is our final. I think for both teams, obviously they're fighting to get in the six, and we're fighting to stay in it. So we can't control other outcomes in other games, but what we can control. So for us, and obviously for them, this is a massive game into if it's going to be our last three games or our last three round games, pretty much.
What can you take from your most recent meeting? I know you got nilled out there. What can you learn from that defeat heading into tomorrow?
Can't win with no points. I think that's the main one. We just got to defend better. Felt we were a bit disconnected at times. I wasn't too worried about the scoreboard and such. I think having a connected team and we feel like they're a different team to what we played. Or we're a different team, sorry, to what we fielded that day, and I feel like it's a positive team.
You obviously had a fantastic day last time out at home, racking up 60 points against Huddersfield. How big a role do the fans have to play this weekend? I know Paul, after I think it wasn't after the Hull KR game, but after the Huddersfield game, called for a carnival atmosphere for the place to be packed out this weekend. How much would that help?
Yeah, I think we say it every week, and I think every team says they've got the best fans, but I believe we've got the best. They show in every week, and this year, obviously, winning as many home games as we have goes down to them as well. So we can only ask for them to continue that support, and I know our boys thrive off it, and it adds a bit extra for us. And obviously, teams that come here, they don't like playing here because of our fans as well.
What's it like at this time of the season, Krisnan, with so much at stake? Obviously you've experienced it as a player, but in your new role as a coach, does it feel any different? I mean, this is what it all comes down to. These are the moments that you've been waiting for, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's finals footy type. I think it's a different feel because it's come a bit earlier than normal. Normally, most seasons you know who's in the six, and they're normally set by now. But I think as the season, well, right from the start, everyone was in the mix. So it hasn't stopped for the whole season. Everyone's still able to make that six. So I think it's been a year of every game counts. Obviously, you want to win every game, but every game counts. There might be a slip early in the year that might hurt you at the end of the year. So every game's important for us.
You've had such a good season. Obviously you had that massive win against Huddersfield, but you have had a few defeats in the last couple of weeks. You don't feel momentum's been halted in any way? You're still feeling positive? The players are positive about this final three games and getting into that top six?
No, we don't see too much in the past. Obviously, we're not looking back. We're looking forward, and we're looking ahead to what's to come, and that's Catalan this week. Obviously, performances add to how you've prepared and how you see yourself leading up to the next game. But for us, I think we've prepared well this week. that's been our main focus for this game.
And just finally, I think I know I've asked you this question before, but I mean, just how competitive it is. Just looking at the table now, it's so tough to call it. I mean, it just speaks to the kind of the improvement, doesn't it, in Super League, and the fact that we could have a new name on that trophy. You're desperate for it to be Salford is just great for the sport, I guess.
Yeah, it's definitely great for the sport. If you haven't watched it before, obviously everyone's fighting. Everyone's fighting for that finals position. Obviously, the top 2, 3, you could nearly say now are set in stone, but the rest are up for grabs. So it's a matter of who performs and who comes with the right mindset and who performs game day. So that's our main focus. And